Sup KBA squad, Phoenix here. This is Last Shelter and we're checking out the token shop refresh update October P1. Now let's just dive straight into the details. It is Rose Noir for SX alongside S3 hero Wings of Liberty and S1 Light of the Past. This is going to be a quick update giving you the headliners for whether you should pick up or not pick up any of these heroes and why, and also delve into some of my guesstimations which hero is going to appear. I am pretty late, just literally the next 12 hours before October P2 arrives, since I was on holiday, I was climbing a mountain and I was capturing some other content on my One Tech Traveler channel and my website doing some reviews. So apologies for this late refresh, but 12 hours to go. You might be contemplating right until the end where you have some tokens and you are wondering whether you should bite the bullets. Well, hopefully this is going to squash some of those hesitations or curiosities whether you should. Now, before we get started, I want to give a shout out to our Last Shelter partner, Leo's VIP Club, giving you access to some of the best APC and base skins direct. There's a new APC skin that has launched in the game for the next couple of days where you can pick this up straight from Leo's VIP Club. It is the Storm Bomber, a jet fighter sort of look, and it is troop might plus 3% and marching speed plus 3%. Some slight advantages without losing out some of those strength attributes, so partnering might, which obviously is very useful, more for normal attack damage, but generally even in your Eden seasons where might can still be the definitive factor of ultra attacking combos without necessarily being the metas, and if they are meta, just being crazy strong. You still get the marching speed bonus, which is helpful for tile walls, any sort of conflicted or contested gates, the world center, small marginal gains like that. So if you are interested in picking up the Storm Bomber and don't want to leave those odds in the hands of the Last Shelter gods, then you can pick that up straight from Leo's VIP Club. I'll put the link down below where you can get in touch. So October P1, Rose Noir was one of the options that we had as a less desirable choice when it was September P2. Sadly, that did come to the fore, but luckily with just 12 hours to go before October P2 comes, then hopefully there's a lot of excitement coming up next. But focusing on this, Wings of Liberty and Light of the Past are largely going to be redundant. Wings of Liberty, while not being that bad of a hero, there are much stronger frontliners out there, especially if you do have the Essex heroes for shooters, whether that's Koshe, even Shadow to an extent. Wings of Liberty isn't that bad since he does also possess healing recovery rate. Sadly, his healing ability does require a 1-turn prep. It is a combat skill, so it can be countered, and in terms of its reliability, it's only gonna tune a max 4-turn unless you say get him reconstructed and try to skip that prep. But overall, his 67% recovery rate is similar to Koshe, but Koshe has a nice balance of offense and defensive stats. You do get a little bit of extra bits, such as you do get a little bit more offensive attacks with Wings of Liberty, and is guaranteed disarm in the first 2 turns. Can still be useful, but again, in Essex heroes and with the front row shooters, especially if you add retrograde into the mix, and then you're going to find him pretty low down the pecking order when it comes to shooters. I've not seen Wings of Liberty at all among the main combos or even just 3rd or 4th APCs, so that just gives you an idea of how relevant he is in the 8 seasons that we have been in Last Shelter so far. Light of the Past, even more of a passive conversation, just don't pick up the tokens. I like what they did in terms of giving him some recovery rates, so he was actually the first season hero you can get access to with healing compared to Tech Priestess before. But most of the S1 heroes, excluding War Boss, Dragon's Rage, and the Professional with their active like speed abilities, they're largely gonna be relegated outside of combat and more just for duplicates to get those heroes unlocked in the Hopeness Lab or other pre-Essex hero skills that you still need to max. So that's Wings of Liberty and Light of the Past. Definitely pass up on them. Rose Noir is a little bit more of a debate piece. So Rose Noir is still very good quality. I generally see her as sort of the underhand of Nomad, so she's also a normal attack damage hero. She has some good skills, a combination of combat skills and the ability to increase her normal attack frequency. So that is a stealth combo. It lasts for 2 turns and is also immune to disarmed. Has kind of a draw that has skill 8 fatal erosion. Has a little bit of a draw similar to Betrayed, where she can apply any kind of counter for every 2 normal attacks. So disarm, silence, confuse, interrupted, troop recovery block. An eternal night, which marks a target once it accumulates 7, then she deals damage to all enemies, is similar to Prophets and her sort of charged piece, but this is across all enemies versus Prophets focus damage. You put in a high normal attack frequency combo like Anna pair with Crochet. You could be Predator as well, or just any that increases normal attacks. Even in the hero reconstructions strike combo, which provides an additional normal attack from the 4th round, you can definitely get some good use out of her. That being said, if you do have Nomad or any of the other damage dealers, she's going to be relegated to your later or weaker APCs. If you don't have Nomad, however, and you do have Rose Noir pre-developed and you have the chance to max her, and you also have at least enough tokens to cover the next 1 or 2 heroes, at least 1 hero after, if you decide to pick Rose Noir up here, then I think you're going to be pretty safe if you decide to just get her maxed and at least make her a bit more useful. So that's kind of the only situation I would say you have the chance to max her. You don't have Nomad and just luck hasn't really fallen there, or you are lacking a bit more depth in your damage dealers like myself. But I don't actually have a copy of Rose Noir, and until I was lucky enough to pick up a 3rd copy of Nomad from my SX Legendary ticket, Nomad pretty much wasn't usable with the 2 copies compared to the others, which were Captain Ivanov and Huntress. So now that I've got Nomad, there's really no appetite to get Rose Noir. If you already have Nomad, just don't pick Rose Noir up, save your tokens. So the only exception really is if you have the chance to max Rose Noir and at least have another set of tokens to pick up whoever appears either in this next refresh 12 hours or November P1. Now, in terms of my guesses for who's going to appear, there's still some of the shining stars that hopefully will land soon. So for me in particular, it's going to be Death Rider. He can still likely appear. And we also have Wrath, Kamikaze, Lone Wolf. So hopefully the devs aren't going to throw in that early. I do need another copy of Death Rider. But that's my predictions. Hopefully in the next 12 hours we will find out, and I'll get that video out shortly. Let me know your predictions down below, which hero you think is going to come in. Did you decide to pick up Rose Noir? Sound off in the comments down below. But that wraps up Token Shop October P1 in Last Shelter. If you haven't yet, make sure you stick around, subscribe to join the KBA squad for more gaming action here on my Phoenix Plays YouTube channel or my other main channel, One Tech Traveler. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, keep being awesome. Peace.